Hello everyone, this Barca news world, this the headline we are going to discuss. Barcelona handed huge defensive injury boost ahead of Inter clash. Barcelona contact agent of Nigeria forward ahead of summer move football embarrassing. Gary Lineker slams Real Madrid star after Barcelona defeat. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Alejandro Balde has been sidelined with hamstring injury since April 12. Barcelona left back has recovered and his return is being considered. 21-year-old keen to play in this week's Champions League semi-final first leg. A Barcelona left-back Alejandro Balde is closing in on a return from injury in the build-up to Wednesday night's Champions League semi-final first leg against Inter. Balde hasn't played since April 12 when he was forced off with a hamstring problem in the first half of Barcelona's La Liga win over Leganés. The defender has missed 4 games in 3 competitions since, including Sunday's Copa del Rey final triumph against Real Madrid. But the recovery process is almost complete and Barca are now tasked with deciding how and when Balde returns to action. AS writes that caution, due to it being a hamstring injury with risk of relapse, is being exercised by club officials. But there is to be a meeting with Balde on Monday to work out what the next steps should look like, with a fitness assessment expected to be part of that. Balde is understandably thought to be keen to face Inter on Wednesday, and a lot is set to depend on how he comes through and feels after this week's tests. Hansi Flick would rather not take a risk with the 21-year-old and potentially lose him for the rest of the season if he is pushed too soon. The final decision will be a consensus, after Balde, the coaching staff and medical department have all had their input. The other possibility is that his return is delayed until the weekend, when Barca face Real Valladolid in La Liga, in order to be fully available for the return game against Inter next Tuesday instead. Either way, it appears likely that Balde will play in at least one of the semi-final legs. Barcelona don't have another first-team left-back, with Gerard Martin the primary stand-in for Balde. The 23-year-old, registered with Barca B, started the Copa del Rey final and other games against Celta Vigo and Borussia Dortmund. Teenager Hector Fort got the nod against Mallorca. As early as halfway through last season, it became clear that Barcelona director of football Deco has been looking at the left-wing position. While the performances of Rafinha have eased that need, long-term it still appears to be a position that the Blaugrana are interested in addressing. Barcelona have been heavily linked to Luis Diaz and Nico Williams for some time, but that talk has cooled of late as salary limit issues again come into focus. There is still a chance that they may be able to spend this summer, depending on how things go down with the €100 million lease of VIP seats though. Police Carlite Argentina Cuti Romero is keen on joining Atletico Madrid. Atleti are willing to bid only. As per Caught Offside, Barcelona have been in touch with the agent of Atlanta star Ademola Lookman. After a falling out with manager Gian Piero Gasperini, Lookman appears to be on HTE move this summer, but his price tag of €60 to €65 million has distanced them from the 27-year-old. Diario AS also add that Atletico Madrid are looking to add a left-sided player, but Los Rojiblancos were equally put off by his price tag. The Nigeria international is not short of suitors though either. Caught Offside continue on to say Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal are all interested in Lookman, as are Juventus in Italy. La Vecchia Signora would also find his price tag a tricky ask this summer though. Barcelona have shown vulnerability on set pieces lately. In their last 6 matches they have conceded 3 goals from corners. This issue is especially worrying because upcoming opponent Inter Milan are strong at set pieces. Flick is expected to stress the importance of. Lookman was in inspired form last season, scoring a hat-trick in the Europa League final to deliver the trophy for Atlanta. This season, in spite of his disagreements with Gasperini, Lookman still has 18 goals and 7 assists in his 37 games this season. One of the advantages of Lookman to potential suitors is that he can also move through the center if needs be too, which would be attractive for Atletico and Barcelona if his price tag should drop. Gary Lineker branded Real Madrid embarrassing following their antics during the Copa del Rey final defeat to Barcelona, singling out Antonio Rudiger for criticism. Jules Kounde fired home an extra-time winner as Barca came from behind to beat Madrid 3-2 in a remarkable Clásico on Saturday. Champions League semi-finalists Barcelona led at half-time through Pedri's first-half goal but found themselves behind late in normal time after Kylian Mbappé and Aurelien Tchouaméni scored 2 quick goals. Ferran Torres' late equalizer sent the Copa del Rey final to extra time and Kounde settled the affair with a late screamer as penalties beckoned. Real Madrid, who are enduring a rare difficult spell under Carlo Ancelotti, lost their cool in the dying minutes and Rudiger, Lucas Vázquez and Jude Bellingham were all sent off. Rudiger's dismissal was the most shocking, with the former Chelsea defender held back by several teammates and appearing to throw ice cubes in the direction of the referee, something he has since apologized for. Ex-England and Barcelona striker Lineker was shocked by Real Madrid's conduct at the end of a fiery El Clasico, describing the antics as embarrassing and degrading. We saw the stuff with Vinicius when Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. It lacked a bit of class. And they lost their heads completely in this game. Antonio Rudiger got a red card and was throwing ice cubes or something at the referee. Real Madrid are better than that. Everyone has moments, but they need to have a little word with themselves. It's hard when you're so used to winning. Dealing with defeat is not always easy. Referencing Rudiger's behavior on the touchline, ex-Manchester City defender Micah Richards added, "It's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Seeing you next, goodbye."